Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful wedding card mock-up using Photoshop. We'll be using a lovely flat lay image as our background. You can download this image from the link in the description below and follow along step by step. Let's get started. First, open the background image in Photoshop. To begin creating your wedding card mock-up, first click on the rectangle tool from the toolbar on the left side of your Photoshop workspace. Click and drag anywhere on the canvas to create a rectangle. Once the rectangle is placed, the Properties panel will appear. In the Properties dialog, set the width to 5 inches and the height to 7 inches, which is a common and standard size for wedding invitation cards. Choose any solid color for the fill. This will serve as a temporary placeholder for your design. Then, set the stroke to none to keep the edges clean. This shape will be used as the base for applying your smart object in the following steps. Next, with the rectangle-shaped layer selected, right-click on it in the Layers panel and choose Convert to Smart Object. This will allow us to double-click the layer later and easily place our card design inside it. Rename this layer Top Card. With the Top Card layer still selected, press Ctrl-T or Command-T on Mac to activate Free Transform mode. Reduce the layer's opacity slightly so we can see the card underneath in the background image. Then right-click inside the transform box and choose Distort. Now carefully drag each corner of the smart object to align it with the corners of the visible card in the background. Zoom in to fine-tune the alignment. Once you're happy with the placement, press Enter to apply the transformation and set the opacity back to 100%. Now let's change the color of the envelope in the background image. First, turn off the visibility of the top card layer so it doesn't block the envelope. Then, go to the toolbar and select the Pen tool. In the top bar, make sure Path is selected instead of Shape. Using the Pen tool, carefully create a path around the envelope in the image. Once the path is complete, right-click on the path and choose Make Selection. In the dialog box that appears, leave the feather radius at 0 and click OK. Now go to the bottom of the Layers panel and click on the Adjustment Layer icon, a circle split in half. Choose Solid Color. Pick any color you like and click OK. This will create a new solid color fill layer with a mask applied to only the envelope area. Rename this new layer to Envelope Color. To change the color later, just double-click the color thumbnail of the adjustment layer. Let's add shadow to the envelope. First, click on the saved path you created for the envelope. Save it by naming it from the Paths panel if you haven't already. Then press Ctrl-click on the path to activate the selection. Select the background layer and press Ctrl-J. This copies the selected envelope area to a new layer named Layer 1. Move this layer above the envelope color layer and change its blending mode to Multiply. Rename it to Envelope Shadow. Right-click on the Envelope Shadow layer and choose Create Clipping Mask to clip it to the envelope color layer. Now turn off the visibility of the envelope color layer for a moment. Next, go back to the Top Card layer, duplicate it by pressing Ctrl-J and rename the duplicate to Bottom Card. Move the Bottom Card layer below the envelope color layer and turn on its visibility. With Bottom Card selected, press Ctrl-T. Reduce its opacity temporarily to help align it. Right-click and choose Distort, then align the corners to match the card beneath. Use Warp if needed to fine-tune the placement. When you're done, press Enter and reset the opacity back to 100%. Now make sure all layers are visible. Hold Shift and select all mock-up related layers, Top Card, Bottom Card, Envelope Color, Envelope Shadow, etc. Group them by pressing Ctrl-G and rename the group Place Design here. To insert your design, open the group and double-click on the Top Card Smart Object thumbnail. In the new window, go to File, Place Embedded. Select your wedding card design and resize as needed. Press Enter, then save and close the smart object. Your design will now automatically appear on both the top and bottom card. Now for a few final touches. Turn off the envelope shadow layer for a moment and double-click the envelope color layer. Choose a new color you prefer for the envelope and click OK. Then apply a pattern overlay from the layer styles to give the envelope a subtle, shiny or textured look. Turn the envelope shadow layer back on. Next, to ground everything, add a realistic shadow beneath the mock-up. To add realistic shadows beneath your design elements, start by selecting the top card layer in the Layers panel. At the bottom of the panel, click on the FX icon and choose Drop Shadow from the list. In the Layer Style dialog box that appears, adjust the angle, distance, spread and size of the shadow based on the light direction in your image. This will help it blend naturally with the background. Once you're satisfied, click OK to apply the shadow. Repeat the same process for the envelope color layer and the bottom card layer within the same group. Applying consistent and soft drop shadows to each element will add depth and realism to your mock-up, making the final presentation more professional and polished. Finally, add a levels adjustment layer above the group. Click the Clip to Layer icon so it only affects the group and rename it FX. Adjust the middle slider in the Levels panel to tweak contrast and brightness for a final polished look. And that's it. Your wedding card mock-up is ready. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.